just trying to connect it out with my Windows terminal also so that I can show you. Am I audible to you all?
Yes.
Okay, so just connecting from Windows terminal because nowadays Windows 11 is supporting this. You can connect Linux machine from the terminal also. Okay. So
Mhm.
what just I did, I downloaded that key file. Here is my key file. Just select that path, type cmd dot enter. It will open a terminal for you. Okay, your local terminal. Now follow the instructions. These instructions.
Mhm.
Okay, so my key file name is Azure key file. Okay, so let's see this. Let's run this. First, let's run the direct one if we can connect from here only.
You are trying to connect with this Windows terminal.
Yes, yes. So let's see if we can connect. Entity file this not accessible. Okay. Are you want to continue connecting? Yes. See, permission denied. So what we need to do? We have to allow some permissions over there. Okay. Let's see if we can able to. Let's run this one. Pankaj, in Mac OS, you were able to run these commands, right? You checked or not? Hello.
Pankaj is not here.
Okay, okay, okay. Terminal, I don't know these commands. They are saying that it will work, but
Slash is the problem. The slash
with slash?
and this one backward slash. Try using that.
Okay, so you're saying if we replace this one, now it will work. No, it's not recognizing the command only. Actually, here it was written when you go to connect, go to native SSH. So it is saying that open a local shell on Windows means open terminal Windows 11, PowerShell Windows 10 or less, or a shell of your choice. Okay, so it will connect over there. Let's try with PowerShell also. PowerShell. So PowerShell. Not find path. Okay, so let's go to that path. Where is the path of the file? No. So can you go to here? Now we have a file over here. Command. Let's connect it directly.
So denied.
Okay, okay. Wait. This one. Small. Copy the file here directly. Now let's run that. First, we have to give the permissions as well. Not working in PowerShell also. Command is not
This-
working.
This VM is Ubuntu or Windows?
See, this is not a VM. This is laptop only. But according to the instructions given, that in Windows 11 you can connect it from terminal also. That's why I was trying. Okay.
So Abhishek, so in the top of the terminal, you can see the down arrow, right? Click on that. I think from my terminal, I could see that Linux, something like that.
Where?
Yeah, right side, right side. Right side, there's a down arrow, right?
Okay.
After the plus sign, there is a down arrow.
Okay. Oh, I was not.
Here you can connect Azure Cloud Shell like that.
Okay. I was not aware of that. Yeah. But PowerShell is there. Linux is also there. Cloud Shell, command prompt, Windows PowerShell.
Try Azure Cloud Shell.
Okay. Use a web browser to open the page.
I think you need to install Linux from Microsoft Store. Once it is installed, it will show the Linux in the drop down.
Okay.
So in the Microsoft Store, you can see the Ubuntu and all. If you install it, that it will show it in the drop down. So it will act like Linux.
Okay. Microsoft Store. Okay. Have you done that earlier?
Not here, it will be in your system.
Press Windows button and you'll get
Okay.
Microsoft.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
the second. Yeah. Search Ubuntu. This is your personal laptop, right?
Yes.
Okay, fine.
I just saw that instruction that you can open from your local terminal also. So I just thought that can we do that?
Search Ubuntu. Yeah, you can install whatever.
Windows subsystem for Linux or something. No, this one.
Anything is fine. So I install Ubuntu. I think so.
The Ubuntu 20.04 is the most stable version. You can use that.
This WSL I know. WSL I did earlier. They are saying that directly you can connect from the terminal. It is not a thing. This thing I know. WSL I know. Let it be, it will take time. Why to waste time?
So we can install that Ubuntu and work on these commands, is it, Abhishek?
Yeah, you can do that.
I mean, just now which you are trying to do,
Yes.
WSL.
That will take time. You can go through that. Okay.
Yeah, to practice on my laptop.
Yes, you can go through that.
Yeah.
I'm just
Okay.
downloading this as of now.
Abhishek, sorry, I joined late. Maybe can you give me a 1 minute brief that what we are trying to do?
As of now, nothing.
Now that sounds good.
So actually, there is this. Hmm. If you go to the native SSH, there it is written that you can connect it. If you have Windows 11, you can directly connect it from terminal also, Windows 11 terminal. And someone was saying that you can directly connect from the terminal. So I was just checking that whether we can connect it from terminal or not. But here the problem is that these commands are not supporting the terminal and Windows. This is Windows 11 Pro, what I'm using as of now.
Okay. And do we need to download any command package or something?
Here now they are saying that you have to, in the other information, that you have to use Linux subsystem. That I know already. But I thought directly they have given something that you can connect from terminal. Let it be, no worries. We'll download from 50 only. Actually, I set up my laptop on Sunday only. It is. Hmm. Let's start from this. This seems to okay to me. This method is good. Let's see. So we have seen some more commands on that day, like how to change the directory, then how to remove or delete a directory, then how to find something, how to find a directory, or how to find a file, how to find an empty file or an empty directory. Okay, all these commands we have seen on that day. Now let's come to, anyone knows what is umask? Umask. Anyone knows?
No, I don't know.
Okay. Now umask value is the value using umask value we can set different permissions to files and directories. Now umask value for root user is 0022, and for normal user it is triple 02. And what is the command for these two? So for this, command is since it is a root user umask value, so command is #umask. You can execute this using root user only. And command for this is this one, umask. And we can also change this umask value with command if you give this value as 222, then umask value will be set to 222. Okay. Now this is just for example. Okay. Now let's see the permissions. What are the permissions and how they are set? So if we do an ls, you can see there is a directory, there is a file, there is a test directory, then DevOps directory, then a DevOps.txt file. If you do ls, it will simply display files in the directory. If you do ls and -l, it will display with the permissions. So whatever you are seeing, D means first, if D is written means it's a directory. So on the left hand side, if you can see DR, WX, okay, RWX, RWX and R. RWX means read, write and execute. Then read, write, execute. Then last one is read and execute. So this is the permission in the directory. Similarly, if you can see permission in the file, it's now there is no D written, then it's a file. So dash RW read write RW R read write read. Now why this is 3 times written, we can see that. Okay. Let's see. Same as in the text directory also, same permission as they are in the DevOps. Okay. Now these permissions only are set according to the umask value. So if we do umask, so we have seen that the command for this is umask. Okay. Let's see the umask value. What you can see, umask value 0002. Now this is for the normal user, as we are doing it from the normal user. Now if I switch to the root user, sudo su hyphen, I told you that to switch to the root user, you can do this. So I'm switched to the root user. Now if I do umask value, what is the umask value? 0022. So these things I have written in the notepad. Okay, root user 0022, normal user 0002. Using these umask value only, the permissions are defined. Okay, permissions, what permission will be there to the directory, what permission will be there to the file, like this. So you can define the permissions. Now let's exit this. Let's come back to the normal user. So if we again see here, so you can have a root user here, and then you can have a normal user. What is the umask value of the root user? Let's say 0022. Okay. Now if I say I want to set a default directory, now what are the default directory permissions? So default means like this umask is default. Okay, and then there is a default directory permissions. Default means whenever you create any directory, then it comes with the directory. So as you have seen this drwx r-x, this is the default directory permission. Okay, you can set other permissions also, but if you will create a directory, then this will be the default permission. Okay, so if we create mkdir and say Azure, so this directory will be created here. Now there are 3 directories: Azure, DevOps, and Test. So if you do ls-l, see, for Azure and DevOps, same permissions. Means if you create any directory, whatever the permissions it will give, those are the default permissions of the directory. So as of now, it is given rwx, and r-x. So if we are seeing just that only here. Okay, so as per the root user and the umask value, the default directory permissions are 755. So let me write here. So this is your umask value, and this is your default directory permission, default directory permission. And here it can be default file permission. So now default file permission is 644. Now these default permissions for file and directory are for the root user. Now here you are having these created in a normal user. So you are getting these rwx, and r-x. Okay. And if you switch to again root user sudo su hyphen, let's create one directory here. mkdir and see now this, now if you do ls hyphen l, can you see the change in the default directory permission in the root user, and above there is a you can say normal user. So see the default directory permission of this. So rwx r hyphen x, here rwx r hyphen x r hyphen x. Can you notice the change? Default directory permissions? Yes or no? Hello? Yes.
Yes, Abhishek.
Okay. How we calculate this, that I'll also tell you. Okay. Now you mask value for normal user is 0002, and default directory permission for normal user was 775. Okay. And for file permission, default file permission for normal user is 664. Okay. Now how we calculate this? So if we now, what are the default permissions are for a directory? For a directory, maximum permission you can give is 777. Maximum permission you can give is 777. So I'll write here for normal and root user, maximum directory permission is 777. Okay. For normal and root user, maximum file permission. File permission is 666. These are the maximum permissions you can give to a directory or a file, either from the normal user or from the root user. Now, calculation. Okay, how to calculate this? So what you do, if you want to calculate the default directory permission for the root user, so you know that for a directory, a default permission is 777. Just write 777 over there. Just write 777 over there, and then now you know that 0022 is the umask permission of the root user. So in front there is a, you can say, no value of the 0. Okay, so 022. So if you subtract this, what value you get? What value you get?
755.
755. Got the default directory permission for the root user?
Sorry, what is this 022? Sorry, I missed that.
See, this is the umask value for root user.
Okay.
Okay, so how you calculate the default directory permission for root and normal user is here. Okay, calculation for default directory permission. Okay, got it? Now this is,
777 minus the default umask value.
yes, Now this was for root user. Okay, root user. What about normal user? 777
-2 0 0 2
minus 002, right? What will be the value?
775.
Yes, 775. This is for normal user. Now you can match what we have written over there. So calculation of default directory permission is like this. Now if we do same for the file.
666 minus.
Yes, correct. File permission. Okay. So just copy this only. Write 666 over here.
777 is somewhere default maximum value or
Maximum value, whatever you can provide to a directory. Okay. And 666 is the maximum value what you can provide to a file, either as a normal or a root user. Okay. So now what will you get here? In the first one,
644.
644, correct. What value you get here? 664, right?
664, right?
Now you get how to calculate default permissions. No one will ask, but just for the basics of yours. Okay. So if someone asks, what is the default directory permission for root user, you can say 7555, and for normal user is 775. And what is for file? For root user it's 644. Just remember 755 644. That's it. How to, if you forget also, then just remember the root umask value. What is the umask value? And minus that with the maximum permission.
Yeah, that is easy.
Yeah. So if you forget, otherwise if you can remember this. No worries. If you are not able to, let's say I'm in an interviewer and you are not able to tell me this, but you are telling me this calculation, then it is more than enough for me. If you don't tell this but tell this, I know that yeah, you are the guy who learned the basic well. Okay.
Formula is easy.
Okay, no worries. Let's move ahead. Now umask value, you can change it. Okay, you can change it, but you can change it temporarily. So
One small question, Abhishek. I mean, in that console, we have seen that read write or r/x or something, right?
I'm telling that. Wait, I'm coming to that.
So 6 equal to something, right?
Yes, I'll tell you. Okay.
Mhm.
So to change a umask value, so just you can write command as this will be temporarily. Okay. So you can have this umask and input value, whatever you will give input value. Okay, got it? Here I write for example hash umask 222, so it will change to 222. This umask value will be changed on a temporary basis. Okay. What if you want to do it permanent? So if you want to change it permanently, need to change the value in dot bash underscore profile file. Okay. Now what is this dot bash? So as you set environment variable and all those things, okay. So you set all these things here in the environment variable. You do it like this in the Windows, right? No, system properties. Wait. Where is that?
No, it will be in first tab, computer name. In down, there will be something called
Some
environment variable.
button is there only. Yeah,
Down,
yeah.
down, down.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you set this. Okay. You set it here, right?
That is user and below is system variable.
Yes. Okay, so you set here, right? So if you set the Java path or Maven path or anything, you are
Right.
setting it here in Windows, right?
Right.
Now, if you want to set it in Linux, there is a file called .bash. Okay. So if we do ls-la, it will display hidden files also. If you do ls-l, you will not see all other files. You will see only two directories, Abhishek and Snap. Let's clear this. So ls-l, only two directories you will see. Now if I do ls-la, means you will see hidden files also. Can you see bash rc, bash profile, bash history? Can you see that? .ssh. So those that .ssh is nothing but the same as I have a C users Abhishek, my home directory, right? So there you put all the files. There are all the whatever the settings are there, all files are there. Okay. .ssh, same place. So it is in Linux. .ssh, .profile, .bash rc. So if you see cat .bash rc. So just read out whatever the things are there here in the bash rc file. So from here bash rc, okay. See all the variables. If you set any variable, if you have to, now that .bash underscore profile file you will find in Red Hat, okay. In Ubuntu you will find bash rc, okay. So don't be confused. So you can set, you can check that here you can set the variables and all, okay, in bash rc. See what else you can set, okay. All the things you can set, colors and all. Where is that umask value? Can anyone see that umask value here in this file? Can you see this hist size, hist file size? Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So this is the history size. So whatever you command you will run. So Linux can take a history of 1000. Okay, 1000 commands.
So which means that 1000 previous commands it will show in
Yes,
history.
if you execute one command like history command, so it will display those 1000 commands which you executed last. Okay,
Okay.
you can change it here also. In this bash RC file, if you do it hist size as 2000, okay, so it will change it to 2000. Okay, so for making changes in your system, making permanent changes in your system, what you have to do, you have to edit this bash RC file for making permanent changes. Okay, so this is nothing but the system variable only. Hist size, hist file size is a system variable. So if you want to make change in the system variable, you have to edit bash RC file. Just checking for the umask value also. Umask value also here only. Able to see that where it is. No worries. Let's see this later. Set ls hyphen. Let's see for here if we can see in the bash rc cat dot bash rc. So if you are working on something, you are a user, like you are Azure user or Abhishek user or Pankaj user, whatever you name give to your user. Okay. So if you are working as a normal, so whenever you will be working on your organization, you will be a normal user. Okay. Got it? And whatever you will change in the environment variables, you will make changes here only as a normal user. You cannot switch to the root user over there because you will not be having permissions. So whatever environment variable you will set, you have to set with the normal user only. Let's see other file also. Because the other file ls hyphen la, sorry, hyphen la. So other file is profile file. Let's see that also. So cat dot profile. I've mostly worked with Red Hat. Okay. So
Mask is here. I just saw it.
yes, this. So in this Ubuntu, you have to go to profile. It's just dot profile. Okay. In Red Hat machine, it's so I'll write it here. Okay. So dot bash profile file. This is in Red Hat machine. Or dot profile in Ubuntu. Okay, so don't get confused. Okay, this is a umask value. Let's finish other things quickly now. Okay. Now, what are the values over here? Okay, so R means 4. W means 2. X means 1. Now these are standard values. Okay, standard values. Now if we take an example here, so whenever you set permissions, you know that there are three kinds of users in we have seen there are three types of users in Linux: root user or a super user, then there is a normal user, and there is a system user, right? Three kinds of users. So you have to set three kinds of permissions over here for files and directories. So for example, say there is a permission with the directory called rwx, and then rwx, and then r-x. Now you can see that this permission belongs to user. Okay. This permission belongs to user. This permission belongs to group. And this permission belongs to others. Other means other user, any kind of other user, system user or any. Okay. So others. User means either a normal user or a root user, but by default root user is having all the permission. Okay, so just the normal user only. Okay, so rwx user, rwx second one is for group, and third one is for others. Okay, now if we give permission like this here, okay, so say
775.
rwx is there. Yeah, you can take here only. So rwx means 4, 2, and 1. Okay, so this
Yeah.
is 7. Now if you go here also, this is 7, and if you go here also, this is r and x 5.
5.
Okay, so in this way you can have permissions. Now you can give permissions for file also. If you see, it is like this. You can have rw will be like this, rw, and then so wherever you see dash, dash means no permission for others. Okay, don't be confused. So here you are seeing rx. Okay, means there is only write and execute, no, sorry, read and execute, no write permission. Here read and write, no execute, read, write, no execute. Here r minus minus means only read. Okay, so what kind of permission will be there? 6, 6, and 4. Got it? For directory. For directory. This is for file.
And for the dash also, could you write something?
What? Where?
Dash, I mean, dash you said no permissions, right?
Means there is no permission. That's what. So rwx, rwx, rwx means there is a permission for
Okay.
r and w. Okay, there is a permission r and w for this user.
Execution.
Okay, there is a permission for group also, R and W. No execute permission for group also. Now there is no write and execute permission from for others. Only read permission for others. Is there any difficulty understanding this? Anyone?
Very easy.
Yeah.
To understand.
Yes. You will practice Linux, you will find it easy, and you will love to work on Linux. Okay.
I mean, with this concept, I think we will never forget the concept of read, write, and execute.
Now we can also change the permission after creating a directory or a file. So you can change afterwards also. And what is the command for that? Command for that is chmod. Okay. Stands for change mode. Okay. Change mode. chmod is the commands that stands for change mode. To put an arrow here. Okay. If you want to give read permission, so example, if you want to give read permission, what you can do? chmod. I want to give read permission. What I can do? 444. And I want to give the read permission to the file. Which file of mine? So if you do an ls, say devops.txt. So I want to give read permissions to devops.txt. So now the read permissions are set for devops.txt. So if you do an ls, ls-l, what are the permissions as of now for devops.txt? Read, write, read, write, read. Okay. Now if I do chmod 444 devops.txt. Now do an ls-l. Can you see the permissions for devops.txt?
Yes.
Only read. For user also, for group also, for others also. If I want to give read write permission to my file, so chmod 666 devops.txt. Can you see the permissions now? rw, read write. I can also give full permissions. chmod 777 devops.txt. ls-l. Can you see the permissions now? rwx, rwx, rwx. Now you can see the change in the color of the file. this change of color was mentioned in the bash RC file. Okay, means this file is having a full permission on it. So while working on the system, you may notice, okay, which file is having full permission, whether there should be a full permission or not to this file. So sometimes full permission is like you cannot give full permission to someone on the bash RC file or a profile file. Okay. So for the on the profile file, like you are in your organization, you are the normal user, you will be having only read permission to other files. Okay. You will be having only the read permissions. Or you can say read and write, not execute. And wherever you will be having this profile file in your normal user only, your normal user profile file, you will be having that access, not on the root user file. Okay. Because root user is someone, your system admin. Okay. Now you can also do this using alphabets. So chmod is just an example. Then chmod 666 DevOps dot txt. This is read permission to all. This is read write permission to all. And this is full permission. Got it?
Yes, Abhishek.
Changing permission using alphabets. How you can do that? chmod plus r. DevOps dot txt. This will give read permission to all. Okay. Plus r. Read permission to all. Now, if you can also mention this, so I'll write it or you can also give it as what is UGO? What is UGO?
Not aware.
You are not aware. User group and others.
Oh.
It is written over here. Okay. So
The combination of that RWX, is it?
yes. So UGO means user group and others. I want to give, now this was the read permission using alphabet. Okay. Now for write permission, same way. No, it's like write permission. How to give that? chmod plus W. DevOps.txt. Now by default, there is a catch here. Note. By default, write permission is for user and groups. Okay. Is only for only. Now, if you give plus W, so by default, it will take for users and group only. To do it for others, what you have to do? chmod UGO plus W. DevOps.txt. Okay. So while giving a write permission, if you do plus W, it will be applied to users and groups only, no others. Okay. If you want to do it for others, you have to write it like this: chmod UGO plus W. Just a question. If I ask one question to you guys, just like this. This is the permission for file. Permission for file. DevOps.txt. Can we update a content inside this file? What is the answer for this?
Yeah.
Yes. Update. Right is there? Yes, we can update right.
Okay, so how many people say yes? And how many people say no?
Yes.
Any other
Yes.
person with a no?
Yes, we can.
There is a catch here. If you cannot read a file, how can you write it?
You cannot read a file, you cannot write it. Yes.
Yes. So,
Abhishek, one more thing you said, I mean, 6 is max, right?
pardon?
For a file, we
By
have the
default, it is max. Means
6 is max.
yeah. You can give 7, no worries.
7 also can be there, is
You
it?
can give.
Okay. 777 also can be done for this.
Yes.
Okay,
You can
okay.
give.
So I was thinking that was the catch.
So write and execute, write and execute, write and execute. There is no read permission. If there is no read permission, how can I read a file?
Yeah.
Okay. So write and execute means 2 and 1. 2 and 1, right? So chmod 2 and 1 means 333, right? DevOps.txt ls-l wx. Let's see. Vi DevOps .txt. This is the file. Sorry. So you have to click an I. You have to go to insert mode. So wait. So if you want to edit some file, there is an editor called VI editor. Okay. So just do a VI and write the file name DevOps.txt, any file. This will open an editor for you. Now I cannot directly, it will not allow to write anything. So I have to go to the insert mode. This is not an insert mode. So I have to press an I for that. Now you can see at the bottom. What is the warning it is giving? So let's see, we have write and execute only. We don't have a read permission in this file. So my name is. So just will press an escape here. Colon at the down, just see at the down, colon. I want to write this file. So I'll press an W over here. And I want to quit. So I'll press a Q. Colon WQ. Saying something. Let's follow that also. Colon WQ. Now if I do a forceful, now exclamation mark is to do it forcefully. Let's see. So it will give you an error. Okay. It will give you an error. So it's like that. Okay. You cannot write a file without read permission. So answer is no. Okay. Now let's see some other thing. It's 9:21. So for directory also, so there is a directory. Okay. So these are for files only. For directories, chmod 700. There's a test directory, so you can write test. So we'll give permission to test directory. Now, if you will do this chmod test, this command will give permission, will give permission to only the directory and not the files inside. Now, what if you want to do it? If you want to change the permissions for the directory as well as the file. So what I'll do a chmod -r and 700. Now what is this R? So R stands for recursive. Recursive means whatever the content, whatever the file is inside the test directory, they will also get the permissions. Got it?
Yes, Abhishek, yes.
So just work on these commands, okay? Work on these commands.
Abhishek, in this, to do it for others, is there no chmod UGO plus W?
Where?
Exactly 5-7 lines above question. So that is chmod UGO means directly UGO we are not typing, right? That
No,
means
directly. See, you can give two types. Okay.
okay.
Either you can give this type like numbers. Okay. Either this or where I've written using alphabets. So or this is an or. Okay. Or changing permission using an alphabet.
Okay, sir, I have one question. If we want to change the permission using alphabets, like here we did chmod plus W, and if we want to give read and write both permissions, so we have to do plus R plus W.
Just a second. One more thing. Now just ask whatever you asking. Yes.
Okay, so here using alphabets, we change the permission chmod plus W and the file name. So if I
Yes.
want to give read and write both permission to devops.txt, so in that case, should I mention chmod W plus R plus W or R plus W?
No. You have to give it one by one. Cannot give it. Using alphabets, you cannot give it.
Okay,
Using numerals, you can give it.
okay, fine,
Okay.
got it.
Yeah. So R stands
Can you
for
go to that? Can you go to that terminal where we were
yes.
changing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's remove this. Wait. Let's go to insert mode. Remove this. Delete. Escape. Colon. So,
Okay, so here after the permission like D, R, W, X, etc., there is a number, serial number. Not serial number, but there is a number. For example, DevOps.txt, we have number 1.
Mhm.
What exactly is the number?
So this, just a second, this 1, 2. See, you have total of 12, you can say, files and directories inside. Okay, so it's kind of, if you go inside DevOps, there are other directories also. Okay, so total of 12 it is giving. You can see that at the top.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so it is
Okay.
numbering, just a numbering, nothing else. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you see
Okay.
at the top, total of 12 is written over here.
Right.
So that is the numbering. Okay, nothing else. Main things are permissions, name, then this 4096, which is the size. Okay, then this your day, your whatever you,
Creation date.
yeah, day, time, yeah, all those things. Okay, and there is one more thing, inode number. I told you, like ls-li. So it will show you the inode number.
Unit number.
Yes. So this alphabets one you can try. Okay, and this recursive one also. Try giving this as well. It will give permissions to the directory, and if you give R, then it will change the permissions for directories inside it. Okay, so as you can see, if I do an ls, there's a file called DevOps. So if you go inside DevOps, see, you have Linux and test. Now if you do ls-l, whatever the permissions are there for Linux and test, you can see. Now if I give 700 permissions to DevOps, okay, so let's come out, let's give 700. Okay, chmod 700, 700 DevOps, sorry, DevOps. Now you can see the permissions of the DevOps. If you no, here I have not done ls. Okay, but yeah, it was 775, I think. Okay, now as the default permission of Linux also, now I have done 700. Now 700 means only to the user. Okay, so if you do ls-l, can you see that DevOps directory permission, directory rwx dash 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 like this? Okay, only 7 to user, no permission to group, no permission to others. Can you see?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now if you go inside DevOps, inside DevOps, you will not find the change in the permission. See, same it is, right? Now if I want to give 700 inside also, 700 inside DevOps also, so what I have to do, I have to use recursive, right? So chmod -r, and then 700 DevOps. Wait, here we have to have space. Now, if you go inside DevOps, cd DevOps, if you do ls-l, can you see the change in the permission?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So just try out all these commands. There are some commands left. I think like copy command, move command, and we'll complete it tomorrow. Word count. So some commands which are left, we'll complete it tomorrow, and then we'll see the shell scripting. Okay, in one class. After this, after tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
So